Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach,
where we're all about keeping it real in the world of fitness.
I'm Sarah, your go-to fitness professional, cutting through the BS to bring you the truth.
And I'm Caleigh, your fitness newbie, here to ask the questions you're too afraid to ask.
From crunches to kale, we've got the inside scoop on what works and what doesn't.
Because fitness should be fun.
So Caleigh, what do you like to listen to when you work out?
I don't know, sometimes a podcast and sometimes music.
Hey, wait, this is a podcast. What if you could have both?
At the same time?
Oh, yeah. Podbeat is a free mobile app that lets you add any beat style to any podcast for your workout. It's easy to do and free to download in the App Store. Caleigh, you sound pretty cool with the trap beat, but Sarah, the funk beat works for your voice.
So if you want to make our podcast work for a workout, check it out in the App Store.
They even have Podbeat for Android users in the Google Play Store. Okay, on to the show. So, Nikki.
So, Caleigh.
Fun fact, I found out last night that when Sarah does fitness competitions, she has an alter ego. Named Nikki. I don't know why I didn't have this information
before,
but
Don't I look like a Nikki?
I can see it.
Which
is funny because whenever I've seen your competition, because I've stalked you.
Right. Yeah. I'm very stalkable. Don't Google my name.
I do frequently. But I'm like, that's not Sarah.
No.
And it's really bizarre, but now it makes sense.
Yeah. Now you know
it's an alter ego.
Can you
give us a little bit? Can you give us a little Nikki?
I mean, it's because my middle name is Nicole.
Oh.
And so it was either between Nikki coming out or in high school Spanish, my name that I picked. Did you take Spanish in high school?
I barely took high school.
So our teacher made us have a new name for Spanish class. We wouldn't have our regular name. We had to pick. And so I was Veronica.
Say that again.
Veronica, but but in Spanish you're supposed to. I can't. Say it again. I can't do it again because my straight Nebraskan accent
tickled my brain a little bit.
Veronica.
Ooh. Get it.
And so I was like, okay, do I pull that back out from high school Spanish or do I come up with something new? And so I was like, well, I mean, my middle name is Nicole. I can just bust out a solid Nikki and we're just going to roll with it. So that's what happened because I am personally very introverted.
Yeah.
I can go a week without feeling a need to leave my house or talk to anybody. And I'm totally fine with that.
Oh, same.
And so
I loved COVID so much.
I know, me too. I was like, I don't have to go out and see people or talk to people.
As a matter of fact, I shouldn't. So this was right down my alley.
Or go into crowded spaces. I'm fine with that,
Yeah.
And so it started because I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I mean, when I first got my first competition bikini in the mail.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there is not much fabric on those things at all. And I'm holding it up and I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I was like, well, I'm in too deep now. I've already registered. I've been training for it. I was like, we're going for it. And I was like, okay, you
just had to become somebody else.
I had to become someone else. And I was like, okay, I'm going to roll with it. And we got to figure out how to strut in 4-inch clear stripper heels and do the whole 9 yards. And so that's what it came up with. So I don't know at what point in our conversation last night that came up, but
yeah, your husband told me and I just loved it so much. I loved it. Nikki, get it, girl.
So now you just know, if I'm busting out at least a little bit of sass or just something that doesn't seem quite
See, and we also, because you and I talked a little bit last night about competitions and talked about potentially maybe one day me doing
I could talk you into it.
But now I'm realizing I'm lacking 3 things.
Oh, no. 4-inch stripper heels?
I can't walk in heels.
That's a must.
I don't have the boobs. So
I didn't when I started either.
Check that off the to-do
I didn't
list.
either. It actually made the bikini much cheaper because it didn't need to be as big.
Don't have those. And but I could probably come up with an alter ego.
Yeah, you totally could.
Yeah. We'll see.
You don't need to think about that. And let's see what you come up with. But see,
we're going to change our podcast names.
Yes. With Nikki and
to be determined.
TBD. So yes, that is something that worked for me, but I also think it's something that I wish would have been taught to me when I was younger more is that it is okay to have different facets of your personality be able to come out in different situations.
So not like be yourself. We're throwing that out the window.
But you can be yourself, but you can have different variations of yourself in different situations. There's nothing wrong with that. And I feel like sometimes people are like, oh, I've got to be the same person all of the time. And I'm like, I
have like 26 different personalities for
sure.
Each person I know.
I mean, I'm a different
who they are, and
I'm a different mom. Like I'm a different person to my kids than I am to my husband, to my friend, to coworkers. You know what I mean? Like it is a real thing. And so yeah, for fitness competitions to strut around in a really tiny bikini, I needed someone else.
On my contact on my phone for you, I'm going to
switch it to
your
Nikki.
picture to one of your competition pictures, and I'm going to change your name to Nikki because I think I like her.
I do like her.
you.
I like her. She's
Nikki
fun
sounds
to
fun.
bust out. I mean,
Nikki sounds like a good time.
And I think back through like the group of girls that I met through kind of the whole competition process, and like that was the first thing I realized with my first competition is everyone's still very real. I mean, you have to work really hard to get to that point. It's a lot of just regular people off the streets that are doing kind of something different for themselves. And we kind of created like a little community, and it was super fun to get to know each other. And then, yeah, I mean, you just have this side that's got to come out, and
I like it.
You're modeling at that point. So you got to be ready to smile and flip your hair around a little bit and
I don't know if I can
strike a pose.
We'll see. To be determined.
To be determined.
All right. This episode. Oh, first, real quick. I know we're like, 10 minutes in.
I don't think we're that far in yet.
Before we started recording, I had you drink a little something. How you feeling?
I'm fine. But I mean, you're telling me it's because it was only half of a scoop.
Like shaking.
Kayleigh's hand is visibly like shaking.
We took pre-workout.
I took her pre-workout that she's upset that she snorts every morning.
It's like 5 p.m. I'm rubbing on my gums a little bit. That's first thing in the morning.
No big deal. So I came in and I was like, okay, well, I want to get through recording, but also when we get done, I mean, I want to be able to go home and go to bed tonight. So
yeah, I don't
typically consume caffeine after like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like that's my cutoff. I will have, my Zip Fizz in the morning, and I'll have one more, but no later than 1.
This is 400 milligrams of caffeine.
But I only did half a scoop, so it's 200 milligrams. And you definitely were sitting here.
I take it and then I work out.
Right. So now you're having to sit and talk.
So I'm fine.
I'm fine. Everything's fine. We're fine.
But the last time we recorded, we had a late night, and I go to bed at 9. I'm in bed at 8. I go to sleep at 9. And so we were here till midnight?
At least.
I was struggling. So I'm like, I got to do something different.
So we busted out the pre-workout. We're going to see how it affects me. But now we're pairing it with wine.
If we're talking a little fast, that's why.
Or stuttering.
This episode is about, we want to talk about a fitness influencer, right? That we both kind of had our eye on, and we like him.
Yeah. So I think over the period of time, over the last year or so, we've kind of come across some different accounts that I'm assuming Caleigh finds mostly Caleigh.
Oh, there we go. Taylor.
Yes. Hey, girl. Yes. See, Alan says yes. It's Taylor. Done.
Nikki and Taylor. Jiminy Christmas.
Oh my God. We are from the 90s.
Oh God.
She was like
Nikki
the biggest supermodel ever. Oh my gosh. Okay. So did you find him originally on TikTok?
No, I think I found him on Instagram. I don't know how.
But she just started like DMing me these videos, and he has a certain style, but his content's on point.
He's a little bit abusive, which is I like.
I do like a little rough around the edges.
Abusive in a good way,
in like an honest way.
Yeah.
And he's very direct.
He's very honest. He's very direct. His name is Ryan Reed. And
his handle is
Ryan Reed Thrive. And Thrive, I believe, is the name of his online coaching program.
Yeah, I think so.
He does talk mostly to the ladies. He's big on the glutes. He loves showing himself doing a hip thrust. He does. We love the hip thrust video.
I'm not angry about that. Really. I mean,
he's easy on the eyes, but he's funny as all
he is
get
very
out.
Funny. So we're gonna kind of talk about it. So
Here's the video that
We
caught.
both recommend him.
We do.
I mean, I
We
think
like
he's
his-
worth a follow. He gives some solid content. I mean, because that's the hardest part with some of this stuff is just cutting through all the BS that can be out there. And so you're like,
Yeah.
I don't even know who to trust. And so he's one that so far, all the videos that we've found, he's on point.
Yeah, we like him. We agree with him.
We like him. So
Do we want to play? This was, I think, the first video that really like caught my attention, and I sent it to you.
okay, sure. Did you find it?
Can we play the whole video?
I think so. I don't know. Is there any like copyright laws in the world of podcasting?
We're new.
I mean, we're promoting him. So
What if we say this is allegedly his video? I think that gets us.
allegedly.
He allegedly made this video.
Allegedly. We don't know if this is really actually him in person or not. I mean, he could be, what's that called when you catfish? Somebody could be catfishing him. His name might not even be Ryan Reed. We don't know. But
It's real.
the person known as Ryan Reed.
We're gonna play this video,
Yeah.
and are we good, Alan?
Yeah, I think.
Ready to go?
All right.
Okay.
Let's see if we can hear it. And we're going to watch it.
Check my volume here. I don't know. We probably should have ran through this first, but
Why?
you know,
We
fly by
don't
the
test
seat of
anything.
our
We
pants.
just, this is how we roll here.
All right.
We just.
What's up, guys? I'm going to show you something.
Oh, this is not
This
it.
is why you guys don't want to do the basics.
This is not it.
That one wasn't it. But he started throwing up some videos of people that probably learned stuff on TikTok.
Here
It
it
was
is.
like bouncing off of Bosu and
found
just
it.
not do. Okay, here we go.
I'm gonna turn it up a little bit.
We're going to try this again. Okay, here we go.
You don't need that shit. I'm going to tell you guys shit you do not need during your fitness journey. Counting macros, counting calories. You don't need that shit. Glute activation. You do not need that shit. A gallon of water every day. You
do not need that shit.
I
Fasted
disagree.
cardio. You don't need that shit. Motivation. You do not need that shit.
He's
Fucking
windy.
waist trainers. You do not need that shit.
You agree.
An extensive warm up. You do not need that shit.
Agree.
Fucking skinny tea. You do not need that shit. Spending hours in the gym
Agree.
every day. You do not need that shit. Being
Don't waste your
sore
money on
after
skinny tea.
workouts. You do not need that shit.
That's right, too.
Supplements. You do not need that shit.
True.
Being meticulous about your protein intake and having to get a high number every day. They are not steroids.
Steroids.
You do not need that shit. You don't need that shit. I'm gonna tell you guys shit. You do
All
not
right.
need during your.
I mean,
that
it
is
depends
the
on how much
shit.
it depends with
This
the
is the
protein.
shit.
It depends
Yeah,
how
you
much you're
should-
currently eating. Because if you're literally eating nothing,
But they're not steroids. Like,
They are not
Like
steroids.
settle down, you know.
That's- so true.
All right, and then people wanted him to make a video about shit that you do need.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I sent
haven't-
this to
I
you.
have not seen this one. No.
Okay, we're gonna play another one.
So
here.
he's playing both sides of the coin, right? Like, okay, you don't need.
This is
that.
the shit you don't need. Now,
Okay.
now here coming up is here the shit that you do need.
Okay. Tell me, Ryan.
Oh shit.
Are you?
during your fitness journey.
Here we
And
go.
for all you to know, everyone's journey is different. People, no shit. But there are things that work and things that don't work. You just use that as a blanket statement because you're too scared to commit on anything. So, where was I? Oh, yes. Learning precise form to actually grow your glutes.
Yes.
You need that shit.
Yes.
Getting your breakfast in within 30 minutes of you waking up. You need that shit. Wearing a
Agreed.
flat sole shoe when you lift lower body. You need that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Getting minimum 6 hours of sleep. You need that shit. Squatting below parallel if you want to hit your glutes on squats. You need that shit.
Yeah.
Hitting glutes 3 times a week.
He loves the
if you wanna
glutes.
He
see
does love the glutes. It's his
optimal
jam.
assage. You need that
Acid.
shit.
Acid.
Optimal acid.
Love that term.
You need that shit. I don't
He's so
care if
right.
you don't want to do it. It's not there for your fucking entertainment. Fucking do it. Cutting out alcohol if you want to see your best tummy yet. You need that shit. Getting your cardio every day. You need that shit. Continuing to work out when you are not doing good mentally. You fucking need that shit. Taking a chill pill because your stress
Yes.
is the reason why you're not making any progress.
Yes.
You need that shit. You need that shit.
All right, so that is
What's
the
his,
shit.
what's
that
his
you do
definition of a
need.
chill pill? That's what I would like to know.
Let's ask Alan.
Really? Let's ask Audio Alan. Got some?
I mean, he is so right on all of those things.
I've just adopted him as my fitness
Coach.
coach. He is my coach. I probably should pay for his program.
some
which
of
I
that stuff you would think you're like, well, Duh. I mean, that's so simple. It is simple.
I didn't know this. I did not know
rocket
this stuff.
science, but people just still don't do it. And I don't understand. I mean, you've got to do correct form. People just go through the motions and then they wonder why they're either not seeing any benefit from it. They're not doing enough weight. They're not doing it correctly.
Yep.
Then you're just wasting your time, really. But okay.
Right.
So then I feel like he did one. Actually, the comments section of some of his videos
yeah. We need to go through that one.
Absolutely gold.
So recently he posted a video showing correct what is it?
Hip thrust.
Hip thrust.
Hip thrust form.
How far back was it?
Which it does make a difference on your hip thrust form if you're actually hitting your glutes. And the number one way that people do hip thrusts wrong is you are using a bench that is too high off the ground. I think it's like 18 inches. So a standard bench that you're doing like bench press on, it's too high up off the ground for you to be effectively doing a hip thrust. So if you are somebody that really does want to attack your glutes, making sure that you're doing that form correctly. But the number one mistake that I see people making is that you're using a bench for your shoulders that is way too high.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So we're not
going
to show the video because it's just an audio medium.
You know what? Maybe we could actually put that one in the show notes for people to link it. But it's funny because he's actually doing this particular video on form because somebody wrote a comment like, I still don't understand. Can you do it again? Like he must have posted another video. And then these are the comments that go off the chain.
I still don't understand. Can you do it again? And so the comments on this video, I'm on season 8 of this reel.
I just put it on replay.
I haven't had a uterus since 2019, but I'm pregnant now. Do it slower for research.
You know what's one of the best things to do in a public gym is if you're trying to do a hip thrust and somebody's like trying to watch like what you're doing. Cause sometimes some people don't know this movement still, believe it or not.
I would never do this in a gym.
There's still,
this is why I work out at home.
You just lock eyes with somebody.
Oh God.
And so uncomfortable.
That's when Nikki comes out.
It's like if I catch out of the corner of my eye that somebody's actually watching me work out, which for the most part people keep to themselves.
I would get up and leave.
But if that, you're just like, I'm gonna get you the glare and like let's eye lock and see how uncomfortable that makes you.
This is thirst trap, but make it educational.
Oh my goodness. Oh. He is really great. So he goes through all of these series of videos and they're pretty short, but he'll be like, these are the things you do not need. These are the things that you do need. And he's great with his form. Oh no, did you come up with a good one?
I'm a lesbian and I think I'm pregnant. That's a comment.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny. So I don't know. And I think for me, I love people who like can deliver information in a real and humorous and fun way.
Personal.
You've seen me glaze over like when you start getting like too technical. So I need it to be, I love this because I need it to be fun because I'm a child.
Yes, you are a child. He's very personable.
Yes.
This one here, I haven't watched this video yet, but it's like what squat stance is best for your glutes. So that's something is, for me, actually recently I had this conversation with somebody that they said all growing up, I thought I had bad knees. And
he talks about this a lot.
She's like, I thought I had bad knees. I even went to doctors and, some of them were just like, just don't lift anymore. The X, Y, and Z, or, oh, you're just growing, or it's because you're changing. I have bad knees. And she goes, and I said, why? Because I'm going to put everyone into a box right now. Typical strength and conditioning coaches at the high school level are still doing bro science squats, which your toes have to be forward and your knees have to go forward and your chest has to stay upright, which is 100% not an accurate technique for squats at any point. It wasn't even back then, but they just didn't know any better. But the fact that they haven't grown out of that. So she had been taught all growing up through high school, whatever else. You have to have your knees straight. Your toes have to go straight. Your knees have to go straight. Your chest has to be up. And she was having incredibly bad knee pain.
Yeah.
And I said, why? Since then you've learned that you can have a slightly wider stance, you can toe flare a little bit. And she goes, yeah, now I can squat more than I ever have. And how big of a difference? Because I can see how he's got like these chalk outlines of like the different toe positions.
Yeah.
And so if you are somebody that has struggled with squats because you have knee pain, or you think you have knee pain, or you think it's because like you can't squat because of knee pain,
Right.
I promise you there is a way for you to squat, whether it's a box squat or a standard squat with a barbell that you can do. Just changing your foot position, your toe flare, where your knees are going will make the world of difference.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he hits on that a little bit, because that is a very common one. People think they can't squat because their knees. I'm like, but you should be squatting because we already talked about this season that when you lose your lower body strength, you're going to end up in an assisted living facility because you can't.
Yep. And he talks a lot about that stuff, and just is like, because he kind of goes over like, I feel like he goes over like people's excuses for why they can't do certain things, and is like, no, this is how you can.
Oh wow, he actually dropped the F-bomb on one of the like banners across this video.
He will call out other like quote unquote fitness influencers, and because there's a lot of bullshit going around right now.
There is. And well, because anyone that did a competition now shows up and they say they're like a trainer or a coach, or like, you know, we've got certain companies, which I mean, I could name at least 2 off the top of my head. These companies that just want you to buy their supplements and then get people into their MLMs.
Well, and anymore, now it's like for views though. It's like POV, like your trainer told you to do this to get a snatched waist, and they're like just flinging 5-pound dumbbells around.
And buy this skinny tea, which he just said you don't need.
Right.
It's like, okay, let's buy my specific protein and then drink this skinny tea, and you are going to end up exactly the way you want. I was like, no, they're just trying to sell you shit. And there's a bunch of really super uneducated people that are just pushing their products. I don't think they're trying to do it intentionally to be like malicious, but like there are so many times where I have to dig into their websites to be like, what product are they actually
figure
pushing?
out? Yeah.
Oh, it's so annoying.
So yeah, we love you.
Shy girl at the gym with a lower body workout.
Shy girl.
There you go.
Gym girl, lower body
Shy
workout.
gym girl. See, so you don't want people to watch you do the hip thrust.
No, I don't. I just do it at home.
Why not? Why?
But I only have 50-pound dumbbells.
You need more weight than that. You need more weight.
I know.
You need more than that.
I'll go back to the gym someday.
Oh, someday.
Someday when you go with me.
When I go with you.
Nikki and Taylor back at the gym.
See, that's going to help you at the gym now too. Now you got your alter ego, and you just know when you're walking in, you're like, this is Caleigh. Yeah. Caleigh stopped at the front door.
I mean, I already need therapy. What's one
I'm
more?
a boss.
Like, what's one more?
Yeah.
Just give
just
an added personality on top of.
I know. Now it's your fitness personality.
Really
and you just rock
confuse me.
You know, so.
Oh, and he's a big creatine fan. I think we're going to be talking about creatine in an upcoming episode.
You know, I have went through different phases and stages with creatine.
Have you taken it?
You know what?
Wait. You know what? Let's not talk about it.
Okay, let's not talk about it. Should we add that to the topics list, though? Because we should just have one. We can have a creatine.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't think we've done that yet, have we? We've talked about some
we haven't talked
but
about
not that
creatine.
one. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, we'll add that one to an upcoming episode. We'll delve deep into that topic.
Because we're deep divers.
We're deep delvers.
Oh.
Delve.
Anyway, Ryan, we love you. And also, I've been commenting on him through our Nacho Fitness Coach Instagram. I've been commenting on his videos, and I'm like, day 1 of asking you to be a guest on our podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Day 2 of asking
So,
you.
hey.
Ryan, if you hear this, I know you've got shit going on. I know you have things happening.
You
in
are
your
kind
life.
of a big deal.
You are a lot bigger than us.
You
are a lot more popular. We would love to have you on the podcast. So slide into my DMs. You know,
if you are a listener that also loves Nacho Fitness Coach and would love to hear more from Ryan Reed as our guest, then
let him know.
Yeah, hop onto his page, tag us, and let's see if a community of us can come together and try to get him on. Because it'd be really super fun to talk
to him. We love him. I want to be his friend. I don't think he'd like me.
I mean, he's got a dog in his profile picture, which already I'm like,
at least he's not a fish.
Maybe that's his first miss.
You know,
I'm not.
You don't like dogs? You hate
not
animals.
my fave.
You heard it here first, folks. Sarah hates
animals. But I'm just more of a cat person. Okay. I don't need to be needed.
Well, we can't. Never mind, Ryan. You like dogs. We don't want you on the podcast. All right. That's all. Forget it.
We're just going to delete this whole episode. Forget we even said anything.
All right, let's wrap this up. We've got something to do here in a few minutes, so let's get going.
Yeah, so there you go. If you are looking for a solid source of information, somebody to follow, check out, whether it's for tidbits of good knowledge or just entertainment.
Or some eye candy, whatever you're into.
Yeah, he kind of hits on all three marks there. So definitely check him out. And
on Instagram, Ryan Reed, as in like read a book, thrive.
Yep. And so
go follow him. He's great.
He is pretty good. So there we go. That was it for today. We just thought we'd kind of start talking some accounts.
Yeah.
Instagram accounts or TikTok. I don't know. People that we feel like are worth a follow. So he's a good one. Check him out. And that's all we've got for today. So until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to head over to our Instagram at Nacho Fitness Coach and let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe or follow button wherever you're listening. And if you like our podcast, leave us a rating. See you next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.